Welcome to qualifying here in Mexico, where the cars will be going out on track very shortly and battling it out to secure pole for tomorrow's Grand Prix. Now then, Anthony Davidson, you're not getting any younger, but you have been involved in your fair share of qualifying sessions in an illustrious 30-year career. How do you deal with the pressure when you have that one chance to deliver a perfect lap?
It's not so much about dealing with the pressure, it's more about how you approach the risk and just how much of it are you willing to take. You're constantly balancing the car on the edge of grip from braking, cornering and traction. And over the course of a lap, it's easy to get that balance wrong. And that's why achieving the perfect lap is almost impossible. As you say, I've been doing this 30 years now, and it never gets any easier.
Excellent lap. We're really pleased.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top three today. Mia.
Well done. Very solid results. You're looking good for the race.
The air may be thin here in Mexico City, the atmosphere is anything but. The crowd have been chanting and singing, not just this afternoon, but throughout the entire weekend. There's a great love for Formula One here, and no small amount of expectation. Let's hope today's Grand Prix can meet it. The Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, 2.6 miles of track that allows drivers to take full advantage of their cars, reaching speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour, and providing lots of opportunities for overtaking. The circuit features 17 corners, 10 to the right and the remaining 7 going to the left. And it's an absolute pleasure to be joined once again by Anthony Davidson. Why don't we get things rolling by talking about George Russell? Everything's on the line here today and the title hangs in the balance. So how do you think they'll be coping with all that pressure?
I think as long as they keep their mind on the task and not its historical significance, they'll be just fine. This is a race just like any other. You do the best you can and accept that sometimes things are going to happen outside of your control. If they can approach today with that attitude, the pressure shouldn't be a problem.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Mir lines up on pole position and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Gasly, Russell, Lucas Faber and Perez, Butler, Hülkenberg, Magnussen and Sebastian Vettel, Sainz, Ricciardo, Kimi Raikkonen and Norris, Stroll, Hamilton, Alexander Albon and Valtteri Bottas. Leclerc and Romain Grosjean sits at the back of the grid, and with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, the run into turn 1 isn't too long, so the pack will be bunched up. Take care. Come in at the end of this lap. Okay, box, box, box. We're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. Racing on the exit. Release, release. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. hitting the rated limits on the MGU-H, the power unit is going to be more prone to overheating. We're seeing a loss of power from the turbocharger now. Loss of power on the turbo. Okay, entering lap 3 now. DRS has been enabled. Gap ahead is 27.5 seconds. to teammate ahead is 33.0 seconds. Gap to car in front is 18.8 seconds. Distance between yourself and the car behind. The gap to the car ahead is 9.2 seconds. We're trailing our teammate by 27.6 seconds. They're on old softs. They're in second. The time last lap was a 1 minute 22.1. Able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix too soon. Estimate ahead is 25.8 seconds. Is in for his stop. Let me know you're okay. That looked bad. Are you alright? Let me know you're alright. Okay, that was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Green flag. That front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage. You've lost some time to the car behind. is 6.6 seconds. Some information on Gasly. They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow. We have 5 laps of fuel remaining. Is 5.0 seconds. Some information on Vettel. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. Okay, clear. This is your final lap of the race. Great drive. We're really happy with that performance.
Red Bull pulling out all the stops today. What a great win. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy and to stay out of trouble.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win. And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. That's a positive result for George Russell, who further solidifies his position at the top of the standings. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
Charles Leclerc showed exactly how to manage yourself out on the track today. He was almost flawless out there. Incredible stuff.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Our championship leaders retain their position, but their lead is shrinking. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. Well, Ants, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. You must be thrilled to be up on the podium. It's been quite an eventful championship, hasn't it? So talk us through what happened between you and your rival today. Your battle got a bit heated, didn't it? Appreciate your time.
Just wanted to say congrats on the podium. It's thoroughly deserved. We were sweating those last few laps on the pit wall, but you brought it home.
It's time for today's qualifying session to begin here in the United States. Welcome to the Circuit of the Americas. It always looked like the kind of track that asks an awful lot of the rear tyres, such as the frequency of low-speed exits.
No matter how good a driver is at managing their throttle application to limit rear slip, they can't always overcome a car that's inherently bad at looking after its rear tyres. Here we have a lot of low-speed corner exits, which means a whole load of energy, heat and tyre wear.
Fantastic. You've got pole.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who...
So, unfortunately, we've picked up some grid penalties, and we'll be starting further back than you expect. As for how bad it is, that'll depend on what the other drivers get.
In 2012, America's on-again, off-again love affair with Formula One finally seemed to settle down with the completion of this wonderful racing facility here in Texas. Since then, we've been treated to some incredible races, including, of course, that classic wet-dry championship decider of 2015. We're racing today then in Travis County, Texas, around the 20 corners of the wonderful Circuit of the Americas. We'll be reaching speeds of around 200 miles an hour, and there are plenty of good opportunities to pass, especially through the 2 DRS zones into Turn 1 and the very long back straight into Turn 12. With me today is Anthony Davidson, a man who knows this circuit quite well. Why do you think, though, Ants, that this Grand Prix has now found such huge success since returning to the calendar in 2012?
Well, full credit to the race promoters. They have a Grand Prix in a part of the country famed for its love of motorsport, and they do a fantastic job of advertising it to the right crowd, and then satisfying them when they're here with excellent facilities. It also tends to help when the circuit itself is good, and that's definitely true here. The layout is interesting and it produces some exciting action. Hosting a thrilling title decider like we had in 2015 wouldn't hurt either, so the pressure's on then to maintain that kind of quality here today.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position, edging out Devon Butler, who'll start from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Hamilton, Weber, Sergio Perez, and Gasly, Sainz, Magnussen, Leclerc, and Alexander Albon, Hülkenberg, Russell, Daniel Ricciardo, and Vettel, Mir, Raikkonen, Valtteri Bottas, and Lance Stroll, Grosjean, and Lando Norris starts from the back of the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
It's a steep incline into Turn 1 that'll help you scrub speed off. There are multiple lines, so be sure to make use of them. Cede that position or receive a penalty. start was okay, now stay alert for threats around you. That's going to do additional damage to all other power unit components. Careful with the front wing, you've taken some minor damage. Okay, box, we're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. is 1.6 seconds. A new strategy is available on the MFD. Understood, copy that. Approaching the pit window, you'll be on the mediums. Nice move. Good job. By a couple of seconds a lap. Green flag. box. We're coming in this lap. Okay, box. Okay, box. We're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. Are you alright? Engine off. Okay, box. We're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. What happened? Let me know you're okay. Right, some information on Hamilton. If you continue to cut corners, the stewards will give you a penalty. That looked bad. Are you alright? Let me know you're alright. This lap then, come into the pits at the end of this lap. Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please. Race Control aren't happy with your creative interpretation of track limits. They've given you a 3-second time penalty. Exit now. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track. Is in the pits. Car in front is 2.7 seconds. If you don't behave yourself from now on, we're going to end up disqualified. Green flag. Caution, yellow flags ahead. No overtaking through the caution zone. Be careful until you see the greens. It looks like the problem is terminal. They're retiring the car. Right, some information on Ricardo. We advise moving to mix 2. Fuel to mix 2. Trailing our teammate by 32.2 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're in third. The time last lap was a 2:05.8. There's 4 laps of fuel remaining. is 22.2 seconds. Of fuel remaining. Nice work, that brings you up a place. This is your final lap of the race. Is in first place. There's only one lap of fuel remaining. That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
So, another excellent win from Ferrari. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
Taking care of the car was absolutely vital today. It's been obvious all weekend that the pace was there, but look at the attrition rate we've had. They would have been very concerned about any minor anomaly towards the latter stages of this Grand Prix.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Some amazing talents out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Well, Lance Stroll would be my pick. He managed to keep a cool head today whilst pushing through the field. They fought so hard and had incredible pace at times, so I don't think anyone else did a better job today.
Let's move on to the Constructors. The lead at the top comes down after a strong weekend from the challenging pack. Another team that will be satisfied with this Grand Prix is Alfa Romeo, whose good result moves them further up the championship. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. Did you struggle to get through all that traffic today? Is not being able to finish a race like Lucas did today? Do you think that you learned a lot from your rivalry? How do you feel about that penalty? Are you angry at the officials or yourself? Appreciate your time.
That's a great result. You did really well. I don't think we can have any complaints with that performance.
So it's time for qualifying here at Interlagos, the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache. The teams have completed their preparations and are just waiting for the pit lane to open before they take to the track. And as we count down to that green light, I have to say, Anthony Davidson, that this rain is not showing any signs whatsoever of abating. I imagine we'll be looking at some last-minute setup changes to better adapt these cars to the conditions. What do you think?
The trouble is, Crofty, they need to be thinking about the race tomorrow. You don't want to go jacking up the ride heights and piling on a few points of extra downforce that you're not going to want in the Grand Prix itself. The Parc Fermé regulations mean that you have to make that choice. The best thing the drivers can do is adapt with the tools they have available in the cockpit. Moving the brake bias forward will help stop the rear end slipping out under braking, and opening up the differential can really help tame the oversteer on corner exit. The drivers that can make best use of these techniques will have the best chance for success here today.
Engine off, engine off. Good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves of our top three: Mir, Russell and Devon Butler. With qualifying complete, all the
Well done. That was a good qualifying performance.
As surely as the sun rises in the morning, the Brazilian Grand Prix packs out the grandstands and creates incredible drama. Title deciders, heartbreak, triumph and home glory. All these and more can be found in abundance here at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache. It's an unusual anti-clockwise race here at Interlagos, where the Sao Paulo locals are packed into the grandstands at each of the 15 corners around this classic 2.7-mile circuit. Two very fast sections bookend the famous and highly technical Sector 2, where getting a good run out of Junsao into one of the two DRS zones will be the key to any overtaking prospects today. Anthony Davidson also joins me in the commentary box today. We should talk about Alfa Romeo. They've had just one retirement in the last 5 races. What do you think that says about the reliability of their car?
I think they can be fairly pleased with that record so far. The first thing any good car needs is a solid, reliable base with which to build on, and they seem to have that this season.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Mir lines up on pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Butler, Weber, Max Verstappen, and Hamilton, Albon, Norris, Vettel, and Kimi Raikkonen, Ricciardo, Sainz, Pierre Gasly, and Perez. Magnussen, Stroll, Nico Hülkenberg and Charles Leclerc. Grosjean and Valtteri Bottas begins the race from the back of the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Your objective today is to get into the top 5. Suggest we box to change it. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Box for a new one. Okay, copy that. Go now. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. We have an issue with the control electronics box. That's going to do additional damage to all other power unit components. Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Nice move. Good job. The gap to the car ahead is 7.0 seconds. Be aware that these tyres need to last till the end of the race. Seconds per lap. Keep this up. 2 places at once. Is in for his stop. Our gap to the car in front is 4.0 seconds. We're leading our teammate by 21.4 seconds. We have 5 laps of fuel remaining. Some information on Butler. They seem to have an issue. Okay, clear. behind you has just fitted the hard tyres. Car behind, running hards. Are you alright? Let me know you're alright. Green flag. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. Gap to teammate behind is 4.9 seconds. This is your final lap of the race. podium here.
And with that, another year of Formula One draws to a close. And a new World Drivers' Champion is declared. Another entry added to that prestigious list of the sport's most incredible drivers. So, another fantastic victory for Red Bull today. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. This also means that there's no catching our leader anymore, and we crown a new World Drivers' Champion. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
It's got to be Valtteri Bottas, a commanding performance that I think had the audience's eyes glued to him for the majority of the race.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Red Bull pull further ahead in the standings. It was also a strong Grand Prix from Haas F1 this weekend. Fantastic work from the American team to move themselves further up the table. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. Another podium. You must be getting used to it up there. You're breaking all expectations. What's your secret? Not a good race for Lucas. How do you think he'll be feeling about not finishing? Would you say things between you and your rival got a bit heated today? Great. Well, that's everything.
Great work this weekend. It was fantastic to see you up on that podium.
Here we are at the beautiful Yas Island circuit, where qualifying is about to begin. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the action. And I'm here, of course, with Anthony Davidson on what has turned out to be a very pleasant day indeed. No weather to interfere, no problems on the track, so absolutely no room for error.
That's right, Crofty. It's looking good out there at the moment. Each team will have their own game plan for this session, and of course, once the cars leave the garage, they'll be under parc fermé conditions, so any last-minute adjustments need to be done right here and now. Beyond that, it's all up to the driver. Who can keep their tyres in the right temperature? Who can hit their apexes? No race fuel on board these days, of course. These are the fastest cars we've had in a long, long time, and it's right here in qualifying where they're at their absolute peak. Let's get started.
Excellent lap. We're really pleased.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top three today. Mia, Butler and Lando Norris. Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting started.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it.
Qualifying is over and Devon is on the front of the grid. Starting at the front with Devon alongside must bring back some memories from F2. Appreciate your time.
All right, I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
It's twilight here in the United Arab Emirates and twilight also on another Formula One season. It's been a captivating story throughout the year, but will we see one final dramatic twist before the end? We have 21 corners here at Yas Island Circuit with 10 to the right and 11 to the left. It's a total lap distance of 3.4 miles. 2 long straights open up some passing opportunities into the chicanes, and we expect average lap speeds of around 123 miles per hour. Anthony Davidson, thanks for joining me once again for the Grand Prix. Should we kick off our conversation with George Russell? They've had a fantastic campaign. It's been a wonderful year, and they come into this weekend's Grand Prix as a fully deserving champion.
I agree it's been a truly impressive season, but championship or no, I don't think they'll be gently cruising around to the finish line. In fact, with points no longer a concern, there's a lot less to risk, so we may even see a more aggressive approach.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Mia lines up on pole position, and Devon Butler lines up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Albon, Pierre Gasly, and Faber, Leclerc, Verstappen, Russell, and Carlos Sainz. Magnussen, Perez, Sebastian Vettel, and Hülkenberg, Ricciardo, Stroll, Valtteri Bottas, and Kimi Raikkonen. Hamilton and Romain Grosjean sits at the back of the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
This is the last race of the season. We need points today to have a chance of taking the Constructors' title. If it takes too much damage. We've been handed a 3-second penalty for obvious corner cutting. A new strategy is available on the MFD. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Okay, that was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please. A new strategy is available on the MFD. Are you alright? Engine off, engine off. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. A new strategy is available on the MFD. option. That move was illegal. Return the position. A new strategy is available on the MFD. Okay, this is Jeff. I need you to stop cutting the corners. If you keep it up, the stewards will award you a penalty. Is in for his stop. What happened? Let me know you're okay. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Okay, box. We're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. Okay, clear. Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap. Exit now. We're racing on the exit. Go, go, go. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. DRS is now enabled and will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone. Issue with the control electronics box. That's going to do additional damage to all other power unit components. is 6.1 seconds. place. We're leading our teammate by 14.6 seconds. Okay, you need to give that position back. That was an illegal overtake. Stand will be third in the championship. is 9.2 seconds. Has just made a move for first place. We're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. Understood, stopping this lap. Okay, we can take you this lap. A new strategy is available on the MFT. Complete, go now. Stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you also enter the track. box. We're adjusting. down before hitting the corners. We don't want to get a penalty. You've been awarded a time penalty for that last incident. There's 5 laps of fuel remaining. The gap to the car behind is 2.7 seconds. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. To the car ahead is 6.7 seconds. meters is the race leader. If you keep this up, we're going to get disqualified. Be more careful out there. Green flag. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. In the pits. This is your final lap of the race. There's only one lap of fuel remaining. Our gap to the car in front is 1.5 seconds. That's a disappointing result for sure, but we'll try to bounce back at the next one.
Renault have pulled off a sublime performance to secure the top step of the podium today. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, staying out of trouble was probably the most important factor here. In a race where half the field weren't classified at the checkered flag, you were able to guarantee a good result by basically keeping the car running. With their pace and a decent strategy as well, I don't think the race was ever really in doubt.
As today's winners make their way up the podium steps, the team at Renault have shown once again what it takes to build a successful Formula One team. A well-deserved win for them. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Well, you can't fault anything that Sergio Perez did out on the track today. He drove flawlessly, making him an easy pick.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. And it's another title in the bag for Red Bull. After a long and hard-fought season, they built an astonishing car this year, and the glory they'll be taking back to Milton Keynes is fully deserved. Well, Ants, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
I think seeing as it's the end of the season, now is a good time to talk about your less than ideal record this year. My job is to negotiate on your behalf, but you're not giving me much to work with here. Plus, this isn't exactly doing my career any good, so I need you to shape up, for both our sakes. Commiserations on that result. It's been a tough weekend. We're asking for too much here. We need to make some compromises. They didn't like those terms. Let's try again. All right, the terms have been agreed. All that's left is to sign the paperwork. You'll be on this new deal from the next race weekend.
Alrighty then. Another year, another championship. I hope you're well rested. Well, as much as you can be for someone who has to spend half their life in the gym anyway. Let's get to it.